And now we're moving on to something that is, something that we've been...
Something that's obviously got you so excited that ever since you knew the story was coming, you've been jumping up and down on your chair. What really got you
because
so
I
excited?
truly believe the final leveler, those who got left behind, those unconnected, those that's never been touched by technology, finally will be touched, and it's going to be 5G. Because 5G isn't only about speed. It's
talking about the Ericsson 5G phone, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about the 5G entire world conference that happened, the kind of demonstrations that they did.
The applications for 5G are huge and immense, but there's no water here, but can I sort of pour a little bit of cold water on your excitement?
You've become even more skeptical. I mean, it's become part of your...
Okay, forget about me. You see those? The people watching the show right now. And you know what the first question is that they are asking right now? They're saying, boss, ye sab bada acha hai. 5G, very good. We are so happy. You're going to stream Blu-ray, DVDs on your mobile phone. I am so happy. Hamare ghar mein, we are struggling to get a 2G signal. Forget about a 5G signal.
You know the
3G,
the 4G war.
4G is a distant dream. You're talking about 5G.
So I kind of
why
disagree.
Don't you tell me when is the day when in every corner of the country you'll get a 3G signal? Tell me that first and I'll get really excited.
When 5G comes, 4G will be everywhere and 5G will make sure that happens.
I've heard that. You know something? Day before yesterday, I was in somebody's house. All through the day, we couldn't get the phones to work. There was 2G.
I think the 4G war has made networks, companies and operators much more aggressive.
Better?
So 5G will make that even better. The 5G World Conference, the Ericsson Connect, happened in Delhi and we were there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen the world's first 5G phone. Now, before you go absolutely nuts saying, what? This big? How will I hold it next to my ear? How will I carry it around? Well, it is a 5G phone. In about a year, it will get miniaturized to the point that it will be in your hand. Right now, this is an Ericsson 5G radio test bed. The first ever time in India we have a proper, real 5G connection and network in play. They've got that array antenna, they've got this test bed working right now, and it's actually displaying and playing out signals. Look at the throughput, 5.76 gigabytes. I'm also going to show you a lot more because this is the segment that I think gets things really, really excited. So, 5G. A fantasy world that we've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 years, finally it becomes absolute reality. It's just around the corner now, and Ericsson has a whole day conference out here. Some top people from all over the world talking about it, a fantastic moderated panel discussion moderated by a fantastic moderator, who that is you'll see on stage in a short while from now.
2G, 3G, 4G, and you guessed it right. Now we have 5G. And it's here to take the game to the absolute next level. And at the Ericsson Connect 2017, we witnessed a spectacular technology showcase demonstrating all the things that 5G will help us achieve going forward. The demonstration using Ericsson's 5G testbed delivered a throughput of 5.7 Gbps and an ultra-low latency of 3 milliseconds. The showcase had displays across the spectrum such as 5G-ready transport, mixed reality mining incorporating future concepts of AR and VR, and of course the widely talked about Internet of Skills. And what is this Internet of Skills? It's basically using remote communication in the healthcare system to treat patients hundreds of miles away with the same level of accuracy using a not-so-ordinary glove. Talk about the future truly knocking at our door.
The ability to transmit physical skills, meaning touch and kinesthetic muscle movement, remotely to any part in the world is called the Internet of Skills. And only 5G can enable that because we need the ultra-low latency to make that happen.
As I've spent my entire half day out here learning more about 5G, about the fact that it used to be something that we spoke about, is about to come, will come. It was a bit of a fantasy into the future, something way into the future. And now it's just around the corner, as everybody's spoken to me and went through the demos and everything else. One very sad thing has happened and the message has just been given to me. So before we start, I'd like all of you to just maintain a 30-second silence because it is real bad news. So let's start with that part of it. Okay, because ladies and gentlemen, we are here to commemorate the death of 4G. Because in every which way, every message that has come out here today is the fact that 4G is dead and it's only going to be all about 5G in the future.
On a personal level, what excites me about 5G if the technology can address randomness, if self-driving or automotive technology can help address the randomness by which people drive in Delhi or in any other city, I think that will be a big boon to all of us.
I travel 4 days a week, and I see the airport, and I see the office, and I see my hotel room. So some virtual reality would be helpful to see things in the city that I visit.
The immediate use case which I see for 5G is remote delivery of service, and that could be a great leveler for the country, because things like education, good quality education could be like accessible to everybody. Skills training could be accessible to everybody at scale, and that's something which I see is very promising.
Most of the time, right now when you talk about many of these technologies like Internet of Things and remote monitoring tools and devices that we could actually place onto our patients, the thing that stops us is usually the connectivity, the speed, the reliability. All that get addressed with something like a 5G technology.
When we move from 4G to 5G, what will consumers experience which will be dramatically different from them on their phones or otherwise?
Consumers, they will always expect more from their smartphones and their tablets, and we will give them that with 5G. So this is about 10 times higher bit rates than they're used to. They will also get more capacity. That means that they can consume more video, they can do much more of the browsing experience, but it will also be this new user experience of augmented and virtual reality.
And that's it for now. As always, do track us on the website gadget360.com.
See you next week.